You're being lied to straight to your face if you think creating a digital product means cash is just going to magically drop into your lap. Here's the truth. 98% of all that passive income hype online is pure garbage. But the internet will actually pay you if you know how to build real digital real estate. I'm Solo. I literally threw away 7 months of my life, turning down every weekend barbecue just to grind away on a project, only to launch it and make exactly $0. Not a single person cared. But the second I smashed that illusion of effort and applied just one specific strategy, my system completely flipped the script, bringing in cash 24/7 even while I was sound asleep. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I forced the internet to work for me, so you never have to burn through your money or waste your time again, and you can finally get your hands on that golden ticket to real financial freedom. Take a look at Solo, a hardworking 30-year-old office guy living in a bustling American city. Just like so many of us, Solo is stuck on a ruthless machine called the financial treadmill, the endless loop of trading time for money. Picture this. Every morning, you're inching your way through 12 miles of bumper-to-bumper freeway traffic, swiping your time card at 8 a.m., and dragging yourself home completely drained of energy. Your paycheck hits at the start of the month, but by mid-month, it's already vaporized into rent and invisible bills. Solo suddenly realizes a chilling truth. If he gets sick tomorrow and has to stop working, that cash flow shuts off instantly. Have you ever asked yourself why we grind like crazy for 45 hours a week, yet our bank accounts just stay completely flat? From a real-world financial perspective, Solo's problem isn't a lack of effort. It's that he's selling off the single most limited asset we have: time. To break out of this youth-draining loop, Solo knows he has to build an asset that doesn't rely on the hours he spends grinding. And that's exactly when he turns to the digital product model, packaging his brainpower into courses, ebooks, or templates. Why this route? Because the risk is virtually zero, and the startup capital is just anywhere from $0 to about $4,500. No warehouses, no inventory, and absolutely no shipping fees to stress over. At its core, this is the ultimate economic leverage. You pour your energy into creating it exactly once, and the internet helps you sell it an infinite number of times while you're fast asleep. So, Solo finally decides to make a move. That night, he brews a cup of coffee, flips open his MacBook, creates a blank document, and then just freezes. The cursor on the screen keeps blinking rapidly, almost like it's mocking him. An invisible voice starts echoing in his head. Are you kidding me? I'm a 30-year-old guy stuck in an 8-hour office grind, and my bank account isn't even hitting 6 figures. I'm not some finance professor or a self-made Silicon Valley millionaire. Who am I to write an ebook or create a course teaching other people? Guys, from a psychological standpoint, that invisible brick wall Solo just slammed into is called Imposter Syndrome. In my years working as a financial advisor here, I've seen thousands of talented young people our age completely choke out their own opportunities just because of this exact syndrome. Science has actually proven this crazy paradox. The more real-world experience you have, the more you tend to underestimate yourself, while the empty suits are always the ones walking around with massive overconfidence. But right in that moment of feeling totally stuck, Solo realized a profound truth, and I really hope you engrave this in your mind too. You do not need to be a top 1% world-class expert to have the right to sell your knowledge. Let's be real. If someone is desperately struggling on step number 1, they aren't going to understand the highly academic, macro-level jargon of an expert standing all the way up on step 100. What they truly crave in that moment is someone standing on step number 3, ready to bend down, reach out their hand and say, "Hey, I just struggled to get past step 2 last month using this exact method. Let me show you how." The raw, battle-tested experience, complete with all the real-world scars, from someone who is exactly one step ahead of you, is always easier to absorb and way more practical than a dozen empty theories. Have you ever robbed yourself of the chance to make money just because of the false belief that you're not perfect enough yet? That self-doubt isn't protecting you. It's silently stealing away the digital real estate that you should have owned a long time ago. Pushing past that invisible mental barrier, Solo, a 30-year-old office worker living right in the middle of a bustling American city, decided to dive right in and take action. For 3 solid months after surviving his exhausting 9-to-5, he'd lock himself in his room, squeezing out every last drop of his evening energy to type out line after line. The final result? A massive 150-page ebook called The Comprehensive Guide to Financial Management was born. Staring at his masterpiece on the screen, Solo smiled with pure satisfaction. He started drifting into these beautiful daydreams, waking up on a beach in Miami, sipping champagne, and smiling at his phone as cash notifications kept rolling into his bank account even while he slept. But guys, the market always has a way of dumping a bucket of ice-cold water right on your rosy dreams. On launch day, bursting with pride, Solo posted the link to his product online. He nervously mashed the refresh button over and over. An hour went by. 5 hours went by. Then 3 whole days just evaporated. His revenue dashboard sat dead silent at a big, fat $0. Not a single person bought it. Not a single person even cared. That absolute crushing feeling of disappointment just choked him. It felt exactly like free-falling off a skyscraper. From the perspective of someone who's been in the trenches of real-world business, I have to tell you that Solo fell straight into the field of dreams trap. The whole, if you build it, they will come mindset. This is literally the most dangerous and ruthless illusion for new creators. We so naively believe that if we just pour our blood, sweat, and tears into making a massive product, it's going to magically shine and attract customers all on its own, without even needing to target a highly specific niche or build out any sort of marketing strategy. After drowning in disappointment, Solo analyzed his failed 150-page ebook. From my perspective in the US financial trenches, his mistake was obvious: the sell-to-everyone syndrome. His book on comprehensive financial management was like a bland highway rest stop burger, forgettable. When you tackle massive macro problems, you're fighting Wall Street giants, and customers won't choose a 30-year-old 9-to-5 guy over them. Modern marketing proves the secret to digital products is specificity. Don't try to own the ocean. Be the biggest fish in a small pond. Instead of a generic get-rich guide, sell a specialized expense tracking template for night shift doctors. When you solve a highly specific pain point, customers gladly pay because they feel you perfectly understand their lives. To avoid crashing like Solo, you need a precise roadmap right from step 1. I've left a completely free ebook, valued at $50, pinned in the comments to guide you. Download it and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Trust me, it'll save you months of wandering in the dark. That massive first failure didn't knock Solo out. Instead of just banging his head against a brick wall, he took a step back and decided to completely flip the script. This time around, there were absolutely no massive macro-level courses or 100-page ebooks. Solo started leveraging AI to analyze market data and aimed straight for a highly specific, super niche gap in the market. His new release was what we call a micro product, a Notion template priced at a mere $9, designed exclusively to help busy office workers track their pets' food and vet expenses. Why exactly $9? Well, if you live and work in the US, you already know that $9 is barely enough to grab a large caramel macchiato and a rushed croissant on your morning commute. This absolute no-brainer price point, combined with the fact that it perfectly solved one tiny headache, created what experts call a frictionless transaction. Customers barely spent a single second hesitating or putting up their defensive walls before hitting that checkout button. But the real psychological leverage kicks in during the next chapter. When customers realized that this simple $9 template actually made their lives so much smoother, their brains automatically stamped Solo with a label of absolute trust. So, the next time he rolls out an in-depth financial system for 50 or 100 bucks, they won't hesitate for a second to buy it immediately. This is the ruthless power of the Trojan Horse strategy in the digital product world. You smash right through their walls of skepticism with a dirt-cheap price, and in return, you capture their total trust and lifelong customer loyalty. Today, Solo has completely mastered an automated system that sells niche templates 24/7, officially breaking free from that soul-crushing financial treadmill. And here is the most heartfelt piece of advice he wants to pass on. Never treat this as just a little side hustle to scrape together some pocket change. You need to elevate your mindset. Start looking at yourself as a builder of digital real estate. Think about it. Out in the real world, you'd have to bust your back to save up over $110,000 just to buy a tiny rental property. But out here on the vast internet, every $11 template or thin little ebook you create is essentially a mini apartment constantly collecting rent for you 24/7 on a global scale. It requires absolutely zero maintenance. You never have to stress about inventory, and it will never cost you a single dime in shipping fees. Stop sitting around waiting for the perfect moment. Go ahead and lay the very first brick of your first digital apartment tonight, no matter how small it might be.